The stories you've never heard.
Who did Suzanne Hill famously slap?
The jokes behind the jokes.
What would happen if I did a great big fart?
For the first time ever on Ash, Lachie, and Susie O'Neill.
And I just peed a pants.
We go behind the laughter.
It's the Producers Podcast to end the week, 9:31 on a Friday morning. Lachie, everyone has cleared off, and I'm a big fan of it. I really am. Lottie's off to host an event. Susan's off to enjoy a weekend. Ash is probably back to take care of the family. Wonderful family, man. Just truly admire that, man. And Alicia is not joining us because she is already on her way to the airport to track down the mystery of whether Avril Lavigne is alive or not. And until we see footage, and actually, I don't know, I still probably won't believe her until... What do you think Alicia could bring us back from an Avril Lavigne concert in Chicago to prove that Avril Lavigne is still real?
A skater boy.
Okay, as long as we include that with customs, that should be fine.
Yeah, no, I mean, just bring back someone. I guess if they're a skater, you could call them a skater boy. But
I was thinking about it. I don't know if I love anything enough in this world that I would be prepared to do what she's doing and fly to the other side of the world, to Chicago, no less, to not even go to Chicago. I mean,
no, it's just funny.
I don't.
It's a callback to a comment you made, off air the other day, where it was
I referred to it as
it's
a second-tier city.
It's a Brooklyn Nine-Nine reference, and it's referred to as a second-tier city. And so it just makes me giggle every time because that's exactly where Alicia's going.
And then I think of Second City, the improv group as well
Yes.
from Chicago. But anyway, I digress. So she's going to Chicago right now. She's heading right to the airport. She's going to fly via Auckland, via LA, and off to the Windy City because she's a big Avril Lavigne fan. And I respect that, but I don't love anything enough to do that. I know you've gone and seen Liverpool play. Did you see Liverpool play at Anfield?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I know that was on the trip you were doing and that worked out well. I don't think you set up that trip just to do that. Am I correct in saying that?
No, I didn't. I figured also while we're talking about this, we're talking about the trips with just big jet plane, Angus and Julia Stone underneath.
This song bums me out so much.
Oh, what a great way to end the week.
God damn it. Okay, two things on this. One, it's too
Hold
chill.
on, Mitch is still here.
Mitch is here.
Hey guys.
Are you going to join
Kramer's
us?
here.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, all right.
Let's go.
So very quickly on this song, it came first in Triple J's Hottest 100 back in 2009 countdown, and I so badly wanted Little Red's Rocket to win.
Sure.
And as soon as I heard Little Red at 2, I'm like, oh man, this sucks. Driving half cut around Lismore.
My friends have opened for Angus and Julia Stone.
I watched them on stage, and I don't think I'm the first person to ever say this, but I watched them at Blues Fest once, and the way they looked at each other was so suggestive. I'm like,
sure,
you are brother and sister. I'm just never comfortable with this relationship. And
so here's a question for you, Nick. If they're playing in Chicago, you're not flying over to see them?
I know you're going to link this back to Big Jet Plane, so I'm not going to play ball with you on this one, but no.
Yeah.
No, I will not. Mitch, very quickly, just to follow on this, Alicia is flying over to Chicago to watch Avril Lavigne.
Yep.
Lachie has seen Liverpool play at Anfield. I know that wasn't the purpose of his trip. Is it something that you love, and maybe something movie-related, MCU, that you've either done in the past where you go, wow, I'm going, Ash trying to get tickets to go see Oasis.
Yeah, that's huge.
It's huge, but that's that level of what you're prepared to do for the thing that you truly love. Do you have some? Obviously, not your family and children. It's a different category. Is there something that you have done or you're prepared to do? 'Cause I don't think I love anything enough.
Jeez, yeah, I don't. I mean, with foot. I mean, I don't even classify footy. It's like flying to Sydney to watch a grand final.
Would you go?
Origin doesn't really count in a way.
Yeah.
Because that feels like. I don't know. You're plenty of chances throughout the year to do it.
I know it was a radio stunt, but I feel like I remember you driving to Townsville.
I did.
I did
drive. Yeah, the guy said, "Well, it was back 2016, so a year after the Broncos Cowboys grand final. They were playing each other in the semi-finals, second week of the finals, and they said, "Hey, we're going to give you tickets to the game." I'm like, "Oh my god, that'd be amazing!" But you have to drive there, and so they got me a juicy van, and I had to drive up in a day and a half, whatever it took me to get up there, and only a couple of $100. So I mean but it was like a work thing as well. I don't think so. Sarah and I over in New York a couple of years ago, but it was a family holiday with her family to go and see her brother who lives there.
You were already there,
and we watched. Well, the idea was come over because their family loves Elton John, and it was the beginning of his 18-year world tour farewell, and it was come over here and we'll go watch him at Madison Square Garden. So we kind of formed a family holiday around it, but I don't know that I
mean,
still count
Remember
that.
producer Georgie following like Harry Styles
yeah.
like,
That
around?
was
I'm like,
insane.
that is like the level of dedication that I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I respect the hell out of that.
multiple cities across multiple countries, Australia and
Yeah.
New Zealand. Oh no, she went
She went to France,
Paris as
yeah,
well. Yeah.
she did France and New Zealand as well.
That's crazy.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're Nick. You're a massive AFL fan. You're an NRL fan. AFL, unless they're going to China again to for another
Never
exhibit.
forget, we will crack that market.
I don't think they're
I
going
will
back to
finish
China.
Gil McLaughlin's work, and we will finally make footholds in China.
So I don't know whether you're going to watch an AFL match in China. And Mitch, I guess NRL. You're not going to the Rugby League World Cup overseas, are you? That's not something that's.
No, I mean not yet. No, and it'd be very hard to sort of get that across the line, I dare say. Yeah, so it's a bit different with like, I mean, yeah.
I mean, there would have been Broncos fans earlier in the year who travelled to Vegas.
Vegas,
To
yeah,
see them
that's
play.
true.
Yeah.
I know it's a novelty, but that's certainly up there on that level. So again, just applauding Alicia there.
I mean, I'm thinking of things that I'm truly passionate about. But there was one day, I want to almost say it was the morning of. I want to say that Lincoln called me, my brother, and says, "Hey, I've got invited to the."
Hold on, is your brother Lincoln
No,
Lewis?
the thing is, I was stuck in this stupid radio thing where, like, a PD back in the day was like, if you don't say brother, don't say
Yeah,
wife,
yeah.
say my term, then their name. you
Yeah,
know?
no,
And
I'm being
it's
an idiot.
No, but I hate it. I'm talking to you guys. I'm
Oh,
like,
I mean, did that same PD have a word to my dear friend over at Triple M, Margot Parker, with my husband Corey? Poor thing's
right.
getting bashed for that for years, but
Yeah.
that's where it's come from.
yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah, we get it. It's like,
Yeah,
no, but if I just said my husband,
you have to say
and you got someone
that
who's
your radio coach has told them
Yes,
to do that.
yes,
So
yeah.
Just quick sidebar, fun niche radio thing. They're both,
I know.
Corey and Margot are both going to be doing Brisbane breakfast shows. Margot, obviously, Triple M, and then Corey's doing SEN next year.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
So both competing for airtime. Anyway,
I may have had that intel for a little while.
whoa, okay, whoa.
You can see he's know-it-all Nick, mate. He gets the intel.
Actually-
you knew before the Parkers knew. Yeah.
Sorry, just another quick sidebar. Nick, there was an ambassador thing that you would, like, a couple of months
Still
ago.
following up on that, mate.
I don't even know what that is. but
It was like, I want to say it was like 2-3 months
Honestly,
ago.
I think I told you 3 weeks at the time, and I still don't know if I'm any closer to it.
Okay.
I gotta say, I want to kind of take you on this journey as well, because
Sure.
I did announce to you guys that I'm trying to be a little bit more shameless in self-promotion, and
I can tell.
yeah. And I can see the mirth on your face at this, which is the whole point, that I'm trying to make people more okay, that people are choosing to.
I was chatting to someone last night about your shameless plugs and your shamelessness.
Oh God!
Yeah,
I know
so-
exactly who you're talking to too. Shout out to my mate over at SEN. But yeah, it's an interesting thing when like some people, like, and especially like look at Generation Z coming through. Like, they are magnificent at self-marketing. They are so good at going, yep, this is me. I am my brand. And I could go on a whole marketing thing about this. But when you're kind of like past 30 and going, you know what? Maybe I spent too long of my life helping lift up other people, not in a selfless way, that was my job. Probably should turn some focus back to me. I find it very jarring to self-promote. And so the other day I had some clothing brand like go into my DMs going, oh, hey, thanks for liking our post. To be honest, I don't even remember if I liked the post or not. So I smelled a bit of an opportunity. But here's where the problem lies. I don't know how to have these conversations. I don't want to. I know this is how influencer world works, and I'm so confused by it. Like, the level of just, I don't know if it's bluntness that you have to be to get what you want. And I think I just said, I'm like, hey guys, nah, all good, cool stuff. If this is the tone I clearly said it with as well. You hear just the in it. I'm like, hey, look, have you ever got any samples lying around in medium or large? Happy to wear it in some of the content that I do.
Nick,
I don't know how. Like,
I think you've fallen for a scam though.
Well, no, I've been scammed before. Don't worry.
Because I don't know about you. I also had a clothing brand reach out, and it's not the first time.
Maybe this is what they do. Like, I'm so naive. That's the problem.
I think you are, at least with this one, because sometimes you get these clothing
Do you know-
brands.
what was the name?
I deleted the message.
Oh God, I swear to God, I swear this is the same brand.
I just went to check to see whether it was in my message request, because I also get these messages. The football club that I help run, they also get messages going, hey, do you want help, with merchandising stuff? And it's like, well, this is clearly a scam, or this is like a really lame attempt.
I do have like a bit of a scam watch going on as well.
Yeah,
Like,
I worry that do you have your message? Can I do a scam
check.
No, I do. Yeah, sorry. I'm very conscious
Scam
about having.
check and
I'm very
quality
conscious about
check.
having the mic, phone near the mic.
No. Yeah, we'll pass it over this way
It's
because
only this one that is the concern.
I think. Have you had this experience, Mitch?
No, I have, and what I like is that the AI botness of it doesn't quite register a very clean, crisp image. It'll be some blurry one I've taken, in the middle of celebrating, an Origin win or something, and then you'll get this bot, come back going, "Hey, great post. We would love to collab with you."
Okay, I don't trust
jump
those
into our
ones.
No, I know, but
I don't trust those ones.
they're
But
so
I think
obvious.
this is similar. We're a similar vein because if you don't remember liking the post, you probably didn't like the post. They've just reached out to you because they go, "You've got a bit of a profile," and
Okay, first of all, I'm flattered, but
well, you have by definition an Instagram profile.
okay, yeah, good. You've called me out on that. Fair enough. I don't even know if this message is gone.
It's probably because the account got taken down because it was a scam.
You know what, Lachie, I'm probably going to side with you here and say, yeah, that probably is the case. So anyway, I have been meaning to follow up with the person in question in regards to that, but I'm starting to see that fall away.
Oh,
I haven't given up on this.
No.
But the
Please don't.
the product and service it was offering, I kind of really need like right now. I was really hoping to have for this time of year.
Bike tires.
Actually, that would be really great. But anyway, not the point. No more shameless plugs. Let's get back to the show. Big week on the show this week. Mitch, we've wrapped up for the Broncos for the year.
Yeah. We really had to wrap it up last night. You and I, Nick. You're the voice of Suncorp last night.
And you're
Excellent
the
job.
face.
And I was down on the field. And I mean, other than the result, obviously, I know it sounds like such a cliche thing to say. It was a great show last night.
Awesome
at
show. Birds of
Suncorp.
Tokyo, rock the place.
Fantastic.
It was like
at
a Coldplay
halftime.
concert. It was nuts.
We gave away a bloody car
You
before kickoff. Like, it just sort of, hey, here's 5 members. Oh, draw numbers out. There you go. Brand new Kia. Like, brilliant stuff. And, another good crowd celebrating a good year and stuff. So that's all done as far as the show goes. So, we can let our boy Paddy rest, I guess, at least for a couple of weeks until he, probably makes an Australian team.
He'll go off on Kangaroos tour, I'm sure.
Yeah, so, where we've, had Lachie Neal sort of have half of our annoyance, now we focus all of our annoyance on him for hopefully the next 4 weeks.
I just keep thinking back to that group photo we took last year where we all dressed up in Broncos and Lions gear for what we thought was going to be the greatest weekend in Brisbane's history.
Yeah.
That photo is now cursed.
And the fact they're in an elimination final this weekend, the Lions, I'm like, please, okay, they both met similar fates in the same weekend last year. Please don't have that. I mean, I know the Broncos weren't in a final, but like, don't have both their campaigns in the same weekend again.
I started bargaining with myself last night because I was at the Socceroos game down on the Gold Coast.
Oh boy!
And that was. It's good fun to go to Socceroos games and you sit in the press box and
I love
network.
seeing you've made your accreditation at Socceroos games. I'm very happy
say
for
that
you
like
there.
everyone. You sit in the press box. No,
Yeah.
I don't know what that's like.
No, it's pretty cool. You get free food and you get, I think, one of the best views of the game. But unfortunately, it was not a game that you wanted a best view of. Anyway, I'm sitting there and I'm bargaining with myself going, in some weird way, if this poor performance, like if this is to happen, can it be in exchange for like a Lions win or for like a grand final win for the two teams that that I helped manage in my local club? It's like, if I'll put up with this loss if it means somehow in the balance of scales that I can get the 2 grand final wins tomorrow. I don't know why that is.
It's incredible in the when you start praying to the footy gods and you start trying to bargaining. I've definitely been there. I've definitely tried to justify one action by a hopeful future result.
You're going,
it is ridiculous. We are just children. We are
Yeah.
honestly children.
You're like, look, the Broncos, not a great result, but if it means the Lions win somehow, it's okay with me. Anyway.
No, I mean, I was so hurt. I went to the Dolphins, home game with the Broncos last week, and we got smashed, and that really sucked. And that was, that ended our season. And the next day, I went and watched the Broncos women's team, and they had an equally great win, and it like flushed away the sadness of the loss the night before, and that's their 4th straight win. And I'm like, you know what? The Broncos men don't make their finals. I'll exchange that for the Broncos women winning the grand final, their 4th premiership. Thank you very much. So hopefully another 4 weeks we're holding up the trophy. When I say we, obviously Ali, but I'll just insert myself into the makeup of the team. So
Make it a part of yourself. Absolutely. Just want to wrap something very quickly before we go, Lachie.
Sure.
And this is more your area because
okay.
you probably have the most musical knowledge of anyone on our
Right.
team.
Yep,
maybe Dylan, but
No, Dill has more than me.
you still know what you're talking about. constantly I'll buzz into your intercom and I'll try and make like an observation about a song, for example. And I don't know the words I'm using. And I always say that my liking for songs is binary. Either like I love it or I cannot connect with it whatsoever. And the new Sabrina Carpenter song, Taste.
This one?
It has absolutely got a hold of me at the moment. Like, I know people loved her first too, but this has really got me right now. And
Please.
I buzzed into you and I said, because I think the guys made an observation that the intro sounded a bit Jesse's Girl with the like maybe guitar riff.
No.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
No.
But this, I hear Chrissy Amphlett, Divinals, I Touch Myself.
Yes.
And it's giving me a bit of a early 2000s, late 90s sort of rom-com vibe, and maybe that's just what I emotionally connect to. And Lachie, I said to you, I'm like, can you help me? It's like coming to like a psychic or something when I buzz into you. Like,
okay.
Can you make any sense of what I'm saying here? This is why I did not do well as a music jock back in the day.
Unfortunately, I don't have Divinals in
No,
the
that's
system.
okay. That's all right. Everyone knows it.
They what?
Oh, I know.
That incredible scene at the end of Austin Powers.
Yes.
I-
Yeah.
I will-
Fembot.
I'll play the intro at least to Taste.
Oh, I leave quite an impression.
And
I get where the Jesse's Girl things come from.
it's because it's just a similar sounding guitar. It's the texture of the guitar is similar. It's a similar.
Texture of the guitar, Mitch. These are the words we don't have.
I never would have said texture, and automatically it paints such a richer picture.
Yeah, so the guitar just sounds similar to the guitars used in Jesse's Girl. It's not the exact same, notes or like chords being used, but I think the fact that it changes, like it chops so much. So,
Okay.
Play the hook again, because like I want to do it with the Divinals. So I'll
Okay,
just
you've
play
got it there for us.
He's got it on his phone. Here,
Bear with us, listener.
Here is Taste.
I put your back together, and if that's true, you'll just have to taste me when he's kissing you.
And here's Mitch on his phone playing Divinals.
Lachie, do I have a case?
Come on.
Do I have a case?
There's a similarity to them. I don't think they're the same. I love whenever Nick's like trying to interpret music because
I
he
was
doesn't
so
know how
off,
to,
wasn't I?
because he doesn't know how to conduct. Like a conductor for a
I've
band.
always said that about Nick.
A conductor for a band will generally with one.
Yeah, it's a cross. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, will generally I guess the beats in a bar will generally mark that out. Nick doesn't quite do that. He just draws circles in the air with a pen.
That's fine. Have you looked at the pace in which he draws those circles? I get it.
Yeah. I also went to Catholic school, and that was the same thing. I looked like I was conducting, trying to do the Stations of the Cross. Like,
No, there's a similar vibe to them.
we did it! Yes!
I'd say that they're not the same, but the vibes are there.
Same, but different.
Yeah,
Now, I'll take it.
enough people on the internet have made the exact same connection. Going,
Oh, man.
yeah, it's not an original thought. Sorry, Nick. But yeah,
You know what will help is if someone re-edits that Fembot scene from the first Austin Powers to that song.
I
and
know,
then that's it.
I know what my afternoon looks like now.
Please do, because now I'm not going to be able to get that out of my head either. But I think that will change the course of this argument.
This is my passion project. All right, well, okay, that's everything that's on my mind and chest at the moment. I'm
glad.
happy to let this go now.
everything off your chest, Mitch.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I came in with no worries, you know.
That's good.
And I've left with many.
Oh dear. That's everything off my chest. For the record, if there was one thing I was to chase, it would be the 2026 FIFA Men's World Cup. If Daddy Lock is listening, I'd love to be able to go and cover the show.
Why'd you refer to yourself in third person?
Well, no, it's more so Daddy Lock Murdoch is the Lock Doc. Do you reckon he ever gets called that?
I reckon
got
you
it.
should try it. And
Do you
see
reckon
how
I
you
could
go.
lose my job for calling him the Lock Doc?
I think
Yeah.
jobs have been lost for less. But
Well, we know he's listening right now.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks so much for listening.
Thanks, Lock Doc.
Get me on the prod pod. I need it. You know, that's what he wants.
Sounds great. Have a great weekend.